Hi ABM students. So for this video, we will discuss chapter 2. Now chapter 2 is all about the review of financial statement preparations, analysis and interpretation. So basically in this topic, we will discuss what is financial statement, ano yung mga different types ng financial statement natin or financial reports. And syempre, after natin makagawa or after natin ma-discuss kung paano mag-prepare at gumawa ng financial statement, we are going to analyze and interpret itong mga nagawa nating financial statement or financial reports. Now, sabi nga natin, yung finance and accounting is related subject or related topics yan. Now, kasi yung mga financial statement or financial reports na i-discuss natin sa accounting, okay, yung mga financial reports or financial statement na magagawa natin sa accounting, gagamitin natin yan in business finance para i-analyze at i-interpret itong mga financial reports na na-produce natin. Okay? So, yung mga topics na mako-cover natin sa chapter 2 is number 1, the accounting cycle. Number 2, the definitions and the purpose of financial statement or financial reports. Number 3, we will discuss also the types of financial statement or reports, which is income statement, statement of changes in equity, balance sheet or statement of financial position, cash flow statement, and notes to financial statement. Okay? And also, madidiscuss rin natin sa chapter 2 kung paano naman i-analyze itong mga financial statement natin or what we call as financial statement analysis. Now, in financial statement analysis, we have horizontal and vertical analysis. Okay? Now, aside from financial statement analysis, we have also different accounting and financial ratios. Okay? So, meron tayong profitability ratio, liquidity ratio, efficiency ratio, leverage or solvency ratio. So, yan, mga topics na yan about horizontal, vertical, sa mga ratios natin, more on formulas yan and more on computations. Okay? Kasi i-analyze natin, i-interpret natin yung mga financial reports na magagawa natin. Okay. So, before tayo mag-proceed sa financial statement analysis, syempre, dapat may idea muna tayo kung ano yung ina-analyze natin, which is ito yung mga financial statements. Okay? Now, for the learning objectives or for the learning outcomes, at the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to, number 1, prepare financial statement or financial reports. Number 2, the learners should be able to define the measurement levels, especially liquidity, solvency, stability, and profitability ratios. Number 3, the learner should be able to perform vertical and horizontal analysis of financial statement of a single proprietorship business. And last, to compute and analyze, also interpret the different financial ratios such as current ratio, working capital, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, receivable turnover, inventory turnover, debt to equity ratio, and etc. Okay? So, let's start with the accounting cycle. Okay? Now, itong accounting cycle na to na-discuss na natin in accounting 1 and accounting 2 natin. Okay? Now, sabi natin, the accounting cycle is a set of steps that are repeated in the same order every period. So, after mo matapos yung pinaka-end of the accounting cycle or yung pinaka-last step in accounting cycle, babalik tayo sa pinakaunang step. Kaya nga sinabing cycle. O, di ba? Now, um, the culmination of this financial statement or the culmination of this step is the preparation of financial statement. Okay? Now, parang sinasabi dito na yung pinaka-purpose, okay, yung pinaka-main idea kung bakit natin ginagawa itong accounting cycle is because para ma-produce natin or para makagawa tayo ng mga financial statement or financial reports. Okay? Now, madidiscuss natin later kung ano ba yung purpose, ano ba yung objectives natin, bakit natin ginagawa itong mga financial reports. Okay? Now, in accounting cycle, alam naman natin yung mga steps in accounting cycle eh. So number one is the first step is the identification and measurement of transaction and events. Now, alam naman natin na ang business is ano, may mga different transactions yan. Pumapasok ang business into different transactions. Now, yung mga business transactions or itong mga financial transactions na yan, ina-analyze natin yan. Okay? Ina-analyze natin kung ano yung magiging effect niyan sa assets natin, ano yung magiging effect niyan sa income, sa liabilities, and kung ano yung magiging effect niyan sa mga accounting elements natin. Now, after nating i-analyze and i-identify yung mga transactions, we are going to journalize itong mga transactions na 'to. Kumbaga ire-record natin yung mga transactions na na-analyze natin sa journal or sa general journal. Ang tawag natin dun ay journalizing. Now, in journalizing, nakakagawa tayo ng journal entries. Okay? Then after nyo i-record lahat ng transactions sa journal, now, after natin sa journalizing, lahat ng journal entries natin sa journal, ipopost natin yan at ililipat natin sa ledger or sa T-accounts. Okay? Diyan tayo gumagawa ng mga T-accounts. Kinukuha natin yung mga balances ng mga account natin. And then after nyo gumawa ng posting or T-account sa ledger, okay, ang next step na gagawin natin is the unadjusted or preliminary trial balance. Now, chine-check natin yung equality ng debits and credit natin kapag gumagawa tayo ng unadjusted trial balance or ng mga trial balances. Chine-check natin yung mga equity or equality, Chine-check natin yung equality ng debit and credit natin. And then after natin gumawa ng unadjusted trial balance, we are going to prepare adjusting entries. Now, alam naman natin kung bakit kailangan natin gumawa ng adjusting entries eh. Na-topic na natin or na-lesson na natin kung paano gumawa ng mga adjusting entries. Ang sabi natin, yung mga yung nagawa nating unadjusted trial balance or yung nagawa nating preliminary trial balance, yung mga balances doon or yung mga amount doon is hindi pa yun yung pinaka-final amount or hindi pa yun yung pinaka-balances nila. Kasi may mga overstated doon or may mga understated na accounts doon. So we need to adjust or we need to correct those overstated and understated accounts. Kaya gumagawa tayo ng adjusting entries. Now, ano ba yung mga reason kung bakit natin or ano ba yung mga things or ano ba yung mga ina-adjust natin? So, ito yung mga ina-adjust natin, depreciation, bad debts expense or doubtful accounts expense, mga accruals such as accrued income and accrued expense. We have also the deferrals and prepayments like unearned income and prepaid expenses. Yun yung mga ina-adjust natin. Now, after natin ng adjusting entries, gagawa tayo ngayon ng adjusted trial balance. Now, meron tayong optional step in the accounting cycle which is the worksheet. Itong preparation of worksheet na discuss na natin in other video or in last meeting, di ba? Na-discuss na natin yan sa mga accounting videos natin kung paano mag-prepare at gumawa ng worksheet. Now, itong preparation of worksheet, it is an optional step in the accounting cycle, which means kahit hindi na yung company gumawa ng worksheet, okay lang. But, advantage pa rin sa mga companies if they will provide or they will prepare worksheet. Kasi mas madali sa kanila na gumawa ng adjusted trial balance at the same time, madali na rin para sa kanila na mag-prepare ng mga financial statement or financial reports. Okay? Now, kasi kapag ginawa mo kasi yung worksheet, magagawa mo na rin yung adjusted trial balance diyan. Now, kapag may worksheet ka na, madali na lang para sa'yo na ma-facilitate yung paggawa nyo ng mga financial statement or ng financial reports. Now, yung pinaka-aim natin or yung main topic natin for this lesson is dito sa steps na to, which is the preparation of financial statement and reports. Okay? Now, so after natin gumawa ng mga financial statement or reports, yung next step na ginagawa natin is closing entries, post-closing trial balance, and reversing entries. Okay? Now, sabi natin ang purpose natin or yung main focus natin na topic for today is preparation of financial statement or reports. Now, discuss natin what is financial statement or financial reports. Now, a financial statement is just basically a summary of all transactions that are carefully recorded and transformed into meaningful information. It also shows the company's permanent accounts and temporary accounts. Ngayon, ang sabi dito, financial statement is just basically a summary of all your transactions. Why? Remember, in our first step in accounting and second step in accounting, di ba, lahat ng transactions ng business na may kinalaman sa pera or yung mga monetary transactions natin or yung mga business transactions natin, di ba nire-record natin yun sa journal natin? Nire-record natin lahat ng financial transactions ng business. Now, since nire-record natin yung mga transactions ng business, kaya tayo nakaka-provide ng mga summary ng transactions ng company natin. And at the same time, since nire-record natin, di ba nire-record, sabi natin, gino-journal natin or nire-record natin yung mga transactions ng business, therefore, after mo kasi i-record yun, after mo i-record lahat ng business transactions ng company natin, sinasummarize natin yon into financial statement or financial reports. Okay, naintindihan? Kaya sabi dito, sa financial statement or financial reports, so makikita natin dito yung summary ng transactions ng company kasi nire-record natin yan tapos sinasummarize natin yan or tinatransform natin yan into meaningful information which is the financial statement or financial reports. Now, itong mga financial statement or itong mga financial reports na yan, gagamitin yan ng mga different users of accounting such as internal users and external users such as management, owner, investors, shareholders, creditors, government. Yan, ito mga financial statement or financial reports na mapuproduce natin, ginagamit nila yan for their economic and business decisions. Okay? Now, sabi rin dito, financial statement or financial reports also shows the company's permanent and temporary accounts. Now, when we say company's permanent accounts, okay, tandaan nyo to ha, yung mga company's permanent account, ito yung mga assets, liabilities, capital, or equity. Okay, again, yung mga company's permanent account natin, ito yung mga assets, liabilities, capital, or equity. Now, when we say temporary accounts, yung mga temporary accounts naman ng company ay income or revenue, expenses, and drawings. Okay? Tandaan nyo yan ha, yung company's permanent account natin at saka mga temporary accounts. Now, kung i-analyze nyo mabuti yung definition natin ng financial reports or financial statement, it means na kapag titignan mo or kapag babasahin mo or iintindihin mo yung financial statement or financial reports, dyan mo makikita lahat ng assets ng company, kung magkano na lahat ng assets or ari-arian ng kumpanya mo. Makikita mo rin sa financial reports kung magkano na lahat ng liabilities or utang ng business mo. Capital mo, makikita mo doon. Also, makikita mo rin sa income statement or financial reports kung magkano yung sales nyo or magkano yung revenue or income nyo for a particular period. Also, with the expenses, kung magkano yung nagastos mo sa buong taon. Lahat ng yan, lahat ng financial aspects ng business, asset man yan, liabilities, capital, drawings, income and expense, lahat ng yan makikita mo in our financial statement or financial reports kasi nga, nakasummarize na yan. Okay? Sinasummarize na natin yan para maintindihan yan ng mga gagamit. Okay? Next. Financial statement represents a formal record of the financial activities of an entity. Now, sabi dito, in financial reports or financial statement, dito daw natin makikita yung mga formal records natin ng financial activities. 'Di ba? Sabi nga natin nung una pa lang kasi nire-record natin yung mga transactions or yung mga financial transactions ng business. That's why makikita natin sa financial reports yung mga financial activities. Kung ano yung ginagawa ng company. Halimbawa, nag-purchase ka ng inventory, nag-purchase ka ng property, bumili ka ng mga properties, umutang ka ng pera sa bangko, nag-invest ka ng pera, nag-withdraw ka. Lahat ng mga transaction or lahat ng mga financial activities mo na yan is makikita natin in financial statement. Okay? Now, Financial statement or financial report, these are the written reports that quantify the financial strength, financial performance, and liquidity of the company. Now, anong ibig sabihin nun? Ang ibig sabihin nun, bakit natin maka-quantify? When we say quantify kasi more on numbers eh. Di ba? Quantify, parang quantitative, ganyan. Now, kasi in financial statement, more on numericals naman talaga siya, di ba? Kasi pinapakita mo doon kung magkano yung kinita mo, magkano yung expenses mo, ah, magkano yung utang mo or yung asset, yung mga ari-arian mo sa business, makikita mo yan dyan sa financial reports. That's why maka-quantify natin dyan yung financial strength ng company, yung financial performance, and at the same time, yung liquidity ng company. Now, let's talk about the financial strength. Now, sa financial strength, diba, from the word financial strength, kung okay ba yung financials ng business mo when it comes to assets, okay? And when it comes to liabilities, halimbawa, sa liquidity, o i-relate natin yung financial strength sa financial liquidity. Now, pag sinabi kasi nating liquidity, it means it is the ability of the company to pay its short-term obligation. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, pag sinabi nating liquidity, ang ibig sabihin niyan, kakayahan ng isang kumpanya na magbayad ng mga short-term liabilities. Now, paano natin malalaman na liquid or hindi yung isang company? Malalaman natin yung liquidity ng isang company by looking at the assets and liabilities. Kapag nakita mo na yung assets mo o yung resources mo is greater than your liabilities or mas mataas sa liabilities yung assets mo, it indicates that your company is liquid. Why? Kasi nga, may enough asset ka to cover up your all liabilities. Kaya mong bayaran lahat ng utang mo gamit yung mga assets mo. 'Di ba? Kasi mas mataas yung assets mo kumpara sa liabilities eh. Okay? Somehow, liquid yung company mo. Pero kapag nakita naman natin na halimbawa, nakita natin sa financial reports or financial statement na mas malaki yung liability mo compared to your assets. So it means or it indicates that your company is not liquid at all. Why? Kasi nga, mas malaki yung liability mo, mas malaki yung utang mo compare sa assets. Now, since maliit yung assets mo compared to your liabilities, it means hindi kaya ng mga resources mo or hindi kaya ng assets mo na bayaran yung mga utang natin. Okay? Alam naman natin kasi yung cash galing dyan sa asset. 'Di ba ang cash asset yan? Kasi yan yung pinambabayad natin sa utang eh. Okay? Now, paano naman natin malalaman yung financial performance ng company? Malalaman natin yung financial performance ng company by looking at the sales or by looking at the income or revenue of the business. If nakikita natin na nag-i-increase or tumataas yung income natin every month kahit ilang percent yan, it means maganda yung performance ng company. Kasi kumikita ka eh. 'Di ba? Now, kapag meron kang loss palagi, halimbawa, palagi kang lugi, okay? Hindi mo nako-cover lahat ng expenses mo, lugi ka pa sa mga gastos mo, compared dun sa kinikita mo, it means na it indicates na mas mababa or bumababa yung performance ng business mo. Okay? Now, kahit itong mga financial statement or financial reports ay mga papel lang yan, mga simpleng papel lang yan, okay? Ang laki ng tulong yan sa mga owners. Ang laking tulong yan sa mga users of accounting information natin. Diba? Kasi dyan sila nagbe-base kung anong magiging decisions nila in the future. Okay? Now, financial statement reflects the financial effects of the business transaction and events on the entity. O, gaya nga ng sinabi natin nung una pa lang, paulit-ulit nating sinasabi na yung mga transactions ng business, nire-record natin yan. Since nire-record natin yan, malalaman natin yung financial activity ng isang company and at the same time, makikita natin yung financial effects ng mga transactions na yan doon sa business natin. Kaya halimbawa, nag-invest ka ng 100,000 pesos cash. Now, during the period, bumili ka ng property, nagbayad ka ng utang, may binayaran kang mga expenses. Now, yung 100,000 pesos na cash mo, hindi na yun buo. Okay? Hindi na yun buong 100,000 pesos. Why? Kasi nagkaroon ka ng iba't ibang transactions eh. And itong mga transactions na yan, may effect yan sa business natin. Is either yung cash mo magi-increase or tataas pa sa 100,000 or bababa sa 100,000. Yun yung sinasabi dito that it will reflect the financial effects or it will reflect the the financial effects of the business transactions and events. Okay? And last, financial statement or financial reports, these are the primary end products of accounting. Alam naman natin, kaya tayo nagre-record ng mga transactions and alam naman natin sa definition pa lang ng accounting, di ba? According to the definition of accounting, its function is to provide quantitative information. Now, when we talk about quantitative information, we are talking about financial statement or financial reports. Kaya natin nire-record yung mga transactions na yan para makagawa tayo ng financial statement or financial reports. That's why it is called the primary end products of accounting. Okay? Now, after ng accounting na makagawa ng mga financial statement or ng mga financial reports, itong mapuproduce nilang mga financial statement or reports, gagamitin naman yan ng business finance or ng finance in analyzing and interpretation. And dyan sila magbe-base sa mga economic, business, and financial decisions. Okay? Now, let's talk about the different types of financial statement or financial reports. Basically, according to your curriculum guide in senior high school, according to DepEd, meron lang tayong 4 na mako-cover sa lesson. Okay? Meron lang tayong 4 financial statement or financial reports na i-discuss dapat. Pero, actually kasi ang financial statement 5 yan. Yan yung mga 5 yung ating basic financial statement or reports. Now, since 4 lang yung yung ating nasa curriculum guide according to DepEd, now isasama natin yung isa pa, which is yung isa pang financial statement kasi pang higher accounting yon, pero isasama pa rin natin siya sa discussion since kasama naman talaga siya sa types of financial statement para magkaroon lang tayo ng additional information or idea kung ano ba yung isa pang financial statement. Okay? I-discuss lang naman natin doon yung definition at saka ano yung purpose ng financial statement na yun. Okay? Now, ano ba yung mga different types of financial statement or financial reports? Now, ito yon. Number 1, income statement. Number 2, statement of financial position or balance sheet. Cash flow statement or statement of cash flow. Statement of changes in equity. And yung last, notes to financial statement. Now, yung notes to financial statement, ito yung tinutukoy ko na pang higher accounting. Although pang higher accounting siya, kailangan kasi nating ma-discuss kung para saan tong financial statement na to. Okay? So kahit definitions lang, yung i-discuss natin, okay na yan. At least magkaroon tayo ng additional information. Now, let's talk about the income statement. Okay? Now, income statement, these are also known as profit or loss statement, statement of comprehensive income, or statement of income. Depende sa company kung anong tawag nila at kung paano nila pine-present yung income and expenses nila. Okay, pwede sila gumamit ng income statement, pwede sila gumamit ng profit or loss statement, or pwede silang gumamit ng statement of comprehensive income in case na meron silang mga other incomes. Okay? Now, ano yung makikita natin sa income statement? Now, according to this, income statement is just a summary of the total revenue and the total expenses of the business for a specific period such as a month or year. Now, depende kasi sa company kung tuwing kailan sila gumagawa or nagpe-prepare ng financial statement. Pwede sila gumawa ng financial statement monthly, pwede sila gumawa ng financial statement yearly, depende sa company yan. Now, basically, ang makikita natin sa income statement is the summary kung magkano lahat ng kinita ng business natin at kung magkano lahat ng expenses or nagastos ng business natin for a specific period. Okay, yan yung makikita natin sa income statement. So basically, kapag gusto pala nating makita kung magkano yung kinita mo or magkano yung kinita ng business mo for a specific period, or kung gusto mo naman malaman kung magkano lahat ng nagastos ng business mo, ang titignan mo ay income statement. Okay, kasi dyan natin makikita yung summary ng mga revenue at expenses ng business. Okay? Now, income statement shows the financial performance and the results of operations of the business. Now, ano ibig sabihin ng financial performance at bakit natin makikita sa income statement yan? Now, sabi natin earlier, in the earlier slide, sabi natin financial performance, makikita natin yan by looking at the sales or income of the company. Di ba? Malalaman natin yung performance ng company by looking at the income. Okay? Kung may kinita ba yung business natin or wala. Now, kapag, halimbawa, di ba, gumagawa tayo kada taon or gumagawa tayo kada buwan ng financial statement. Now, kapag i-compare mo yung mga financial statement mo, makikita mo yung progress. Makikita mo yung trend kung tumataas ba yung sales mo, kung tumataas ba yung income mo or bumababa. Now, kapag nakita mo sa financial statement na tumataas or nag-i-increase yung sales mo or yung income mo, masasabi natin na gumaganda yung financial performance or maayos yung performance ng business mo when it comes to financial. Now, masasabi naman nating hindi ganun kaganda yung financial performance natin if nakikita natin na bumababa yung sales natin or yung revenue natin. Okay? It means na may something na mali sa decision making natin. It's either may mali sa costing natin, may mali sa management, or may mali sa mga strategies. Depende yan eh. Kaya nga natin ina-analyze para makorek natin yung performance ng company in case na bumababa yan. Okay? Now, at the same time, in income statement, we will also see the results of operations of the business dito sa income statement. Ngayon, paano natin malalaman yung results ng operations of the business by looking at the income statement? When we say results of operations kasi, kapag nagtayo ka ng business, it's either dalawa lang yung pwedeng mangyari. It's either mag-earn ka ng profit or mag-i-incur ka ng loss. Kaya nga sinabing profit or loss statement. Makikita mo sa income statement kung kumita ba yung business mo or merong lugi or nalugi ka. Okay? Now, kaya nga sinabing results of operations, dalawa lang yan. It's either you will earn profit or you will incur losses. Kaya nga sinabing profit or loss statement. Now, ano yung mga elements or ano yung mga accounting elements na makikita natin especially sa income statement? So, ito yung mga elements or accounting elements na makikita natin sa income statement. Number 1, income or revenues and expenses. Dalawa lang po ang makikita natin sa income statement. Mga income or mga revenue, kasama na rin dyan yung mga gains. Okay? So, kasama at saka bukod sa income, revenue or gains, yung pangalawang element naman is yung mga expenses, kasama na rin dyan yung mga loss. Now, alam naman natin kung anong ibig sabihin ng income at saka expense. Income, ito lang yung mga na-earn ng business for a particular period. And yung expenses naman, ito yung mga cost incurred or yung mga nagastos natin sa pag-ooperate ng business. Now, kapag ginagawa natin tong income statement, usually, makukompute natin dito yung net profit or net loss or net income or net loss. Now, paano natin makukompute yan? Makukompute natin yan by deducting all your expenses from your income or revenue. Kumbaga, para makompute natin yung net income or net loss, total revenue or total income minus your total expenses. Okay? Makukompute natin yung net income or net loss. Now, masasabi natin na meron tayong net income kapag ang total revenue mo or yung total income mo is greater than your expenses. It represents net income or net profit. Why? Kasi nga, mas mataas yung income mo compare sa expenses mo. Now, kahit bayaran pa natin lahat ng expenses natin, since mas mataas yung revenue or yung income natin, may matitira pa sa atin na income. Kaya nga sinabing net income eh. Kaya nga sinabing net profit. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng net? Bawas na. Now, in higher accounting, hindi lang ganun basta-basta yung formula. Okay? Para ma-compute yung net income natin, usually kapag sa higher accounting na, yung total revenue mo minus total expense minus the interest and taxes pa, yun na yung net income natin or net loss. Pero since pang basic accounting lang muna tayo, yung computation natin ng net income or net loss muna is total income minus total expenses. Okay? Now, sabi natin, meron tayong net income or net profit if ever na mas mataas yung income mo compared to your expenses. Now, on the other hand, if yung expenses naman is mas malaki compared to your income or revenue, it represents net loss. Yan, lugi ka dyan. Why? Kasi mas mataas yung expense mo eh. Mas mataas yung ginastos mo, mas malaki yung ginastos mo compare sa kinita mo. So that's why it is a net loss. Okay? Now, so meron tayong types of income statement. So meron tayong single step income statement, ay single step income statement or single step approach, and meron tayong multi-step income statement or multi-step approach. Now, what is the difference between the single step approach and multi-step approach? Now, let's start with single step income statement or single step approach. Ang sabi dito, a single step approach uses a single equation to compute the net income or net loss of the business, and it is more simplified report compared to a multi-step income statement. So, ibig sabihin, dito, kapag ang company ay gumagamit ng single step approach, usually para ma-compute natin yung net income or net loss, isang equation or single equation lang yung ginagamit natin para ma-compute yung net income or net loss. Okay? Now, ano yung formula na yon or ano yung equation na ginagamit natin para ma-compute yung net income or net loss? Now, ito yon. So, net income or net loss is equals to total revenue plus gains minus total expenses plus losses. So, kumbaga, add mo lahat or i-add mo na lahat or i-plus mo lahat ng revenues and gains mo. Yun yung total income mo or total revenue. Now, add mo rin lahat ng expenses mo, okay? Or lahat ng losses mo. So, total revenue or total income minus your total expenses, it will represent your net income or net loss. Kaya nga single step approach gumagamit lang tayo ng single equation or one equation in order for us to compute the net income or net loss. And it is more simplified report. Mamaya mapapakita natin kung bakit mas simplified itong single step approach compared to our multi-step approach. Now, dito naman tayo sa multi-step approach. A multi-step income statement or multi-step approach follows a three-step process to calculate the net income. Now, sabi natin sa single-step approach, gumagamit lang tayo ng one equation or single equation in order for us to compute the net income or net loss. Wherein, dito sa multi-step, we follow three-step process or we use three equations in order for us to get the net income or net loss. And it usually, we segregates or we separates operating incomes and expenses from non-operating income and expenses. Sir, ano po ba yung operating? Ano po ba yung non-operating income and expenses? Bakit natin pinaghihiwalay yan in multi-step income statement? Now, pag sinabi nating operating, okay? Pag sinabi nating operating income and expenses, ito yung mga income and expenses ng business na merong direct relation sa mga business operations. Halimbawa, may kinalaman siya sa pagbebenta or paggawa ng product. Ang tawag doon ay operating income and expenses. Mga gastos mo or mga income mo na directly related to your business operations such as may kinalaman siya sa pagbebenta or sa paggawa ng product. Now, pag sinabi naman nating non-operating, ito naman yung mga income or expenses natin na walang kinalaman or not directly related to business operations such as wala siyang kinalaman sa pagbebenta or wala siyang kinalaman sa pag-produce ng products. Now, mapapakita natin later kung ano yung itsura ng multi-step approach para ma-determine natin kung ano yung mga different operating and non-operating items. Now, sabi natin, in multi-step income statement, we use or we follow the three-step process or three equations. So, gumagamit pala tayo ng tatlong equation para lang ma-compute yung net income? Yes. Ano po yun? Ito, number one, una yung kukumputin is yung gross profit. Now, gross profit, para ma-compute natin yung gross profit natin, net sales minus cost of goods sold. Now, ano po ba yung sales? In merchandising business, when we say sales, ito yung kinita mo sa pagbebenta ng product. Sales. Okay? Now, pag sinabi nating net sales, dito sa kinita natin sa pagbebenta ng product, naka-minus na dyan or nakadeduct na dyan yung mga sales discounts and allowances. Okay? Now, itong sales, ito ay mga revenue. Income yung sales na yan. Kita mo yan. Now, ano naman po yung cost of goods sold? Bakit po siya mina-minus? Ang cost of goods sold ay isang expense. Okay? Mina-minus natin ang cost of goods sold kasi expense siya eh. Okay? Gastos mo yan sa pag-produce or sa pagbebenta ng product. Okay? Now, after mo ma-compute yung operating income, yung pangalawang equation na ginagamit natin is operating income. Paano natin makukompute yung operating income? Sa operating income, yung gross profit natin na na-compute natin earlier, gagamitin natin yan tapos ima-minus natin yung mga operating expenses natin. Okay? And then after mo i-compute yung operating income, ayan na. Makukompute na natin yung net income. Now, paano natin makukompute yung net income? Yung operating income natin na compute natin kanina plus non-operating items. Okay? Tatlong equation or 3 steps process yung ginagamit natin or ginagawa natin in multi-step. Now, ito yung example natin ng single step at saka multi-step approach in order for us to identify, okay, para makita natin talaga what is the difference between the two approaches. Okay, yung nasa left side, of course, yan yung ating single step approach. And yung nasa right side naman, ito yung ating mga multi-step approach. Now, as you can see in single step approach, we are only using, okay, isa lang ginagamit nating equation or isa lang yung isang equation lang yung ginagamit natin para ma-compute natin yung net income or net loss, which is ito yung total income and total income or total revenue and total expenses. Okay? So, ang ginawa natin sa single step approach, lahat ng income natin, lahat ng revenue natin, lahat ng gains natin, pinag-add natin. Yun yung total revenue and gains. Now, dito naman, lahat ng expenses natin, lahat ng losses natin, pinag-add natin, yan yung ating total expenses and losses. Now, para ma-compute natin yung net income or net loss, yung na-compute natin total revenue minus total expenses, that would be your net income. Ganyan sa single step approach. Okay? And, by the way, sa single step approach, halo-halo. Tingnan nyo to. Yung income natin o yung revenue natin, lahat sama-sama. Regardless kung operating or non-operating. Ganun din sa expense, halo-halo. Pinagsama-sama nila lahat ng expense. Okay? Regardless kung operating or non-operating yan. Now, kung mapapansin nyo dito sa multi-step, merong segregation or merong separation between operating and non-operating. Diba? May segregation or may separation. Na-discuss natin yung kanina. And sa multi-step approach, we are using 3-step process. So, inuuna natin computein yung gross profit, which is sales or net sales minus cost of goods sold. And then after natin makompute yung gross profit, we will continue to compute the operating income, which is yung gross profit mo minus your operating expense. And then after mo compute yung operating income, yan na, net income or net loss na yung kukompute natin. So magagawa natin yan by i-add natin or i-minus natin yung mga operating at saka non-operating, yung mga non-operating income and expenses natin. Okay? So yan. Yan yung difference between the single step or multi-step approach. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, same lang naman sila ng balances. Okay? Which is yung net income doon nila is 46,500. O di ba parehas lang sila ng sagot? Pero, magkaiba po sila ng process or magkaiba sila ng format na ginamit. Magkaiba sila ng approach or presentation na ginamit. Okay? Now, so, itong net income natin na makukompute natin, gagamitin natin yan sa statement of changes in equity. Now, parang pinapakita natin dito or binibigay ko as a tip, halimbawa, gagawa tayo ng financial statement or gagawa tayo ng mga financial reports, tip ko lang sa inyo na unahin nyo palagi yung income statement. Kapag gagawa kayo ng financial statement or reports, gawin nyo muna. Much better if gagawin nyo muna yung income statement. So, tip ko lang yan sa inyo para tuloy-tuloy kasi yung process natin ng paggawa. Kasi yung net income mo na makukompute yan, gagamitin natin yan sa next financial statement natin, which is the statement of changes in equity. Okay? So, yan.